Hi, Jessica here. Gonna read you guys a fic. This one is from the Little Mermaid fandom. This is the summary. It says, Ariel goes through another change with her new human body. But this change is much more natural, only for adventurous readers. Now you can probably figure out why I was so interested in reading this, because I'm adventurous. There's an author's note. It's a one-shot. And the person got the idea while watching the movie the other day. It's rated M, so it's mature, audiences only. Basically says if you're a brave soul, and the person did it as a joke. It says right here, I promise and left. So it's not really like bad writing. This person isn't that bad. I read like a couple paragraphs of it. But it's just odd. It's an odd subject. So here I go. Ariel loved being human. She loved it. She was ever fascinated by her new legs, feet, and toes. Yet there was a spot between her legs that confounded her. She'd once asked Carlotta about it and if it had a name, but Carlotta turned bright red and mumbled something very quickly that Ariel didn't understand. So she sought after Eric and asked him. Eric turned an even brighter shade of red that Carlotta had and looked away, rubbing the back of his neck. At this point, Ariel got upset. Why won't anyone give me a straight answer? She tried to sound fierce. Eric looked at her adorably angered face and eased slightly. Oh, Ariel, he tried not to laugh at her. It's just not something people really talk about, okay? Ariel huffed, unsatisfied. She looked up at him through her dark lashes with pursed lips, and Eric found it way sexier than intended. He smirked and cupped her cheek, bending down to kiss her lightly. Ariel eased, anger washing away, and kissed him back. When he pulled away, he said to her in a low voice, I promise someday soon that I will show you exactly what that's used for. I'm assuming Ariel found her clit. A few busy weeks of wedding planning had passed, and one night Ariel was particularly exhausted. She was grumpy from being fitted from her wedding dress all day. Her stomach hurt and just wanted to go to sleep. She took off her wedding dress and slipped into her nightie. That was when she felt a strange sensation, like water running down her legs. She lifted her nightie to discover it wasn't water, but blood. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Ariel just got her period. Her eyes widened in horror, a lot like mine. Why am I bleeding? Ariel was absolutely terrified, so barefoot, because that's an important thing to add in there, she ran for the person she trusted most. When she reached Eric's room, she pounded on the door furiously, calling Eric's name in a frantic voice. Eric quickly opened the door. Ariel, what's wrong? He was interrupted by her pushing her way into his room. Eric shut the door behind him, and Ariel burst into panicked tears. Eric, I'm bleeding. My legs are bleeding, and I don't know why. Eric looked at her red-stained nightie in a shock. Ariel, my God, did you cut yourself? What happened? No, I think something is wrong with Daddy's transformation. Maybe I'm not supposed to be human this long. Maybe Daddy transformed me wrong. Eric ran a panicked hand through his black hair and grabbed her hand. Come on, let's get you to the doctor. As the two ran through the palace corridors, they were stopped by a concerned Carlotta. Oh, whoa, what's the rush? She inquired, halting them. Carlotta, I don't have time to explain, but Ariel's bleeding and I think something's wrong. We have to get her to a medic, Eric explained frantically. Carlotta looked at Ariel, noticing her blood-stained nightgown, and something clicked in her head. Ariel had been a human for almost a month now, and knew virtually nothing about her new human body. Carlotta sighed knowingly and took Ariel by the hand. You are perfectly fine, dear. Follow me, Carlotta said encouragingly, trying to pull her along, but Eric didn't let go of Ariel's other hand. Carlotta, what? Eric tried to spit out, but was interrupted by an annoyed look from Carlotta. She's menstruating, Eric, Carlotta said sternly. What? Then it dawned on him. Realization hit him like a pound of bricks, and Eric turned an impossible shade of pink. Oh, he'd completely forgotten about that. He'd let go of Ariel's hand, and not looking at her face, said, You're going to be fine, Ariel. Carlotta walked a confused Ariel down the hall and walked him back to his room, really wishing the last 10 minutes of his life hadn't happened. So, that was it. The one-shot of Ariel finding her clit and getting her period. I just don't know why anyone would think to write that as a fic. But then I also don't know why people would write lots of things with fics. Over the last couple days I've read quite a interesting amount of fics. Read a lot of fics and found a lot of interesting content in it. So I guess I shouldn't be that surprised. Well, I guess that's it. Until next time.